Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Craig. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that I know you guys have been wanting to talk about for about a week now. As you all know, there was a shooting here in Northern California, about 2 hours away from here in Tehama County. In the state of California, which has some of the strictest gun laws in the entire country. I know that there are folks out there who are gun control advocates who believe that more laws are the answer. What I wanted to talk about was how could something like this, if that's the case, if more laws will make all the difference in the world and will stop these horrific acts of violence, then why weren't all of the laws that we have here in place in the state of California able to stop this individual who decided that he was going to go on a rampage here in Northern California? And I point this out because there are just so many California laws that are in place that should have, if you listen to the proponents of these laws, should have kept this individual from being able to be able to do this. First and foremost, it's important to understand that according to the Tehama County Sheriff's Office, this individual was out on bail. And he was out on bail for assault and threatening someone with a deadly weapon. It was apparently a Bushmaster AR-15 rifle that he was accused of utilizing to threaten an individual. Now, the first thing that I'm wondering is, if this was an individual who was threatening someone with a firearm. Now, I'm assuming that, okay, so you're going to let him out on bail, but I'm pretty sure that the judge has the opportunity to require as a condition of his release. Now, mind you, he hasn't been convicted of anything, so he hasn't been convicted of a felony, so he doesn't lose his gun rights because of that. But I'm assuming that the judge can have as a condition of his parole that he surrender all of his weapons, and at that time can also issue a gun seizure warrant, as he can with a gun violence restraining order, in order to search the man's premises to find out if he has any firearms. Having said that, here's an individual who, under the law, there was a way in which to keep this individual from being able to have firearms, and guess what? He still had firearms. You'll have folks who will say that, well, what about the handguns that he got from someone else? Well, guess what? Once again, in the state of California, it is illegal to loan firearms. And guess what? Whether he stole them, which is illegal, or he borrowed them, that is also illegal. Once again, he still got access to firearms. Now in the state of California, one of the things that they noted was this individual actually manufactured or home built his AR-15. They said they confiscated at least 2 firearms that he made that were home builds. Now in the state of California now, if you want to do a home build, you are required to get a serial number for those firearms. Now my question once again is, so I'm assuming that as he's doing all of this, under the law, I am shocked and surprised that this individual didn't stop and say, you know what? I need to call the Department of Justice and get serial numbers for these ARs before I can possibly use them to go on a shooting rampage. Once again, another California law that, well, didn't work. He also went onto a school campus. And then, I thank God for those campus employees, that staff that heard the gunshots from a ways away. And the first thing that they did was went on lockdown and got those students safe and inside a locked building. It's unfortunate that because of California law that's recently passed, that none of those individuals would have been able to, if they had a concealed carry permit, that they wouldn't have been able to defend themselves if this individual had been able to get in the classrooms because, well, they've been disarmed. But then again, they shouldn't have to worry about that because, well, guns aren't allowed on school grounds. Oh, but wait, that didn't stop him from getting a gun on school grounds. And then with all of this, they did interviews with the family, and the family was concerned, and they didn't believe that he should have access to firearms. And they had the ability to request a gun violence restraining order, once again, which would have kept him from getting guns, or at least would have made sure that would have made sure that he didn't have any firearms by making sure the ones that he did have were taken away. But that didn't happen. See, all of these laws that I just named, everything that I just pointed out, there's one underlying theme here. Criminals don't follow laws. Terrorists don't follow laws. Those who have such a mental issue, we'll call it, if they are so mentally damaged that they should not own firearms, are not going to follow, or they're so mentally damaged that they're going to commit a crime like this. They are not going to follow the law. In each and every one of these cases, the only people who have been disarmed, the only people who have lost their ability to be able to own or possess a firearm are the individuals who would be potential victims of this evil madman. I get it. There's those of you out there who are just never going to understand. You're never going to agree. You're going to say, well, we've got to do something. And you're going to propose yet another law. And guess what? When something happens again and more laws are in place, because I see already the wheels are already churning. We're going to find a way to pass a law that would do absolutely nothing to have stopped this. But we're going to use this as a motivation to pass another law that is going to undermine our rights once again, that is going to disarm law-abiding citizens once again, also that we can feel like we've done something, while in the end, all you've done is disarm law-abiding citizens. Anyway, folks, that's going to be it for today's Coffee with Craig. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please make sure to like this video. Make sure to share this video. Let folks know that this is the place where you want to be if you're interested in the fight for civil rights. Take care. We'll talk to you again later.
If you like our videos, follow, subscribe, like, and share.